Parents and teachers can rest easy tonight. Class sizes won't be increasing and teacher numbers won't be cut. That's after a major flip-flop.
Anger and the backlash over the plans aimed at saving money has taught the government a lesson about an unpopular policy that affects many New Zealanders. For more, let's go live to our political editor, Corin Dan. Corin, it looks like they didn't do their homework on this.
Hi Wendy, yes it sure does. An extraordinary backdown today and an extraordinary miscalculation by the government. How they couldn't see that an issue like class sizes would cause so much angst amongst the community was surprising. The only thing we could compare it to perhaps was the backdown over mining in Section 4 land on conservation land a few years ago. So very surprising, not helped of course by the way they tried to sell it with the intermediate schools botch up. But in the end it was a little bit surprising that it took this long for them to have a rethink. Parents in Auckland this afternoon were quick to applaud Hekia Parata for finally conceding class size increases might be a bad idea.
It's a step forward rather than being a step backwards.
That's a great relief. Fantastic. I hope they don't renege on that.
Common sense prevails.
But it was a tough call for the Minister to make after spending 13 days defending the policy.
Today I am announcing that we are reversing the decision in respect of class ratios. We will maintain them as they are now.
The U-turn came after a conference call with the Prime Minister in London this morning, although Parata is adamant it was her decision.
I'm the Minister and the buck stops with me. I'm accountable for these decisions and therefore I've made this decision because it is really clear to me that parents and teachers are not happy with it.
Parata's humble display today a far cry from her news conference yesterday.
Half of all schools are actually going to be gaining, 10% are more significantly affected.
Labor says it's a complete humiliation for the government.
I think the government's handled this appallingly, all the way from John Key, who chaired Cabinet, who should have known about the impact this would have, through to the Minister. This has been a total botch-up.
But support party United Future has welcomed the move.
I congratulate the government for moving quickly to do so. I think the important thing now is to sit down with the education groups and the unions and work through what the long-term solution's got to be.
Meanwhile, the education sector may want to hold off on the celebrations just yet, with the Minister stressing today's decision leaves a funding shortfall of $114 million.
So, Corin, in political terms, how badly will this turnaround hurt the government?
Well, it has hurt them already. We know that. We saw that with our poll at the weekend that they'd dropped off a little bit. And this is such a touchstone issue that it was getting through. And we saw 80% of New Zealanders against it. It is going to hurt them, but they are able to now say, look, we've listened to the public, we've gone back. And so they will be able to put this issue to rest for now. Of course, it's damaging for Hekia Parata. She's one of the high flyers in this ministry. Yet this is going to leave her pretty battered and bruised. She was better today. I felt she was answering questions a lot more efficiently and effectively. So I think there's still a way back for her, but she's certainly been hurt. I would just say one point on that. Very difficult for any minister to sell this policy, in my view. So there is some responsibility that has to be held, I think, by John Key and other ministers as well.
Political editor Corin Dan, thank you.